In this section, we're going to actually install a plugin. So if I go to where it says plugins here and go to add new, in this particular case, I want to search for a plugin to do with comments. So I'll type in the word comments there, press return and go and search for that. Now this is the results we've got. So we've got this one here and this one over here. So we've got a whole bunch of plugins to do with comments. But I actually want this one here, which is to disable comments. Again, I just need to make sure it's okay. So it's got lots of reviews. It's got 800,000 active installs. It was updated just a day ago. It's compatible. So everything's looking good. So I'll click on where it says install. Now, when you install a plugin, it's a two-stage process. You click here that says where it says install now, and that actually installs it. So you can see this little device here going round and round, and you have to wait till that's finished. So it's now been installed, and the second part of the process is you have to click here to activate the plugin. So install first, then activate. So as you can see, there's my plugin. Now, we used a plugin earlier on called Ultimate No Follow. There was no setting up with that. It just simply added a little checkbox to the linking dialog box. In this case, we've got the opportunity to set this one up. So at the moment, as you can see, we've got comments over here, and I just don't like using comments in a website. They're just too much trouble. So this plugin here, Disable Comments, is a brilliant little plugin for just disabling the whole system of allowing people to add comments. So if I click here, it says settings. It basically says, well, what do you want to do? Do you want to just sort of disable it on certain things like posts or pages? We'll come to posts later on. In this particular case, I say, no, I want to disable it absolutely everywhere. So I click on Save Changes, and keep your eye on where it says comments there. So I'm going to click on Save Changes. Can you see it's gone? If I wanted to, I could remove or deactivate the plugin, but I'm quite happy to disable comments completely. If I go back to where it says plugins here, if I did want to disable this, maybe I had a change of heart or something, I could just simply click on deactivate. So if I wanted to actually remove a plugin, you'd click on deactivate first, and then you'd click on delete. So again, that's a two-stage process. So at the moment it's installed but not active. So I'll reactivate it by clicking here, and I'll click on settings just to make sure the settings still say, yep, it's disabled. And that's how you'd install a plugin. Obviously, some plugins have far more configuration options than others, and this one basically we just said, well, just enable it, get rid of the comments. So it's a fairly simple plugin, this one. But as I say, you can have very advanced plugins. So for instance, there are things like membership plugins, which if you want to run a subscription scheme, maybe some sort of subscription magazine service or something like that, then it'll just, the one plugin will handle everything from booking to maintaining people's annual subscriptions to sending out automatic emails prior to the subscription lapsing, that kind of stuff. But those sort of advanced plugins, they're not free, those are premium plugins. If I click on where it says add new for the plugins, all of these ones here, these are all free ones. And generally, not in all cases, but in a lot of these cases, you'll find that there's like a free version, which is kind of okay up to a point, but the really sort of, the really good aspects of some of these plugins that you only actually get when you pay some money for the premium version. Now, we'll use lots of plugins as we go through this course, but that's essentially how you install a plugin. You go to plugins, add new, and away you go. The only difference with the premium version, if you buy a premium plugin, quite often you might get a piece of code to allow you to activate the premium part of the plugin, or you might download it to maybe a hard disk first and then upload it. So there's various ways of installing the premium versions.